Welcome dear student and Jai Swaminarayan. Today in this video we will discuss a exercise of the chapter number 10 gravitation. So dear student, let us start with the exercise of the chapter number 10 gravitation. So question number 1 of the exercise. How does the force of gravitation between the two objects changes when the distance between them is reduced to the half? Here the how the gravitational force between the object changes when we change the distance between the object, and if the distance between the object is reduced to the half, what will be the gravitational force between the two objects? So here dear student, we know that according to the Newton's universal law of gravitation, the gravitational force between the two objects is directly proportional to the product of their mass and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them, right? So according to this Newton's universal law of gravitation, if the distance between the two objects is increases, the gravitational force will be decreases, and if the distance between the two objects is decreases, the gravitational force will be increases. So dear student, here according to the universal law of the gravitation, the gravitational force F acting between the two objects is directly proportional, inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So here the gravitational force is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the two objects. So we can write like this: F is proportional to the 1 divided by r square. Inversely that means the 1 by r square. Now if the distance r becomes a half, reduced to the half, so if the distance r becomes a r by 2, the gravitational force will be proportional to the 1 divided by r by 2 square, that is a 1 divided by r square by 4, right? So if the gravitational force, if the distance between the two objects is becomes a half, the gravitational force is a 4 times larger than the original gravitational force. So if the distance is reduced to the half, the gravitational force becomes a 4 times larger than the previous value. So here if the distance between the two objects is reduced to the half, the gravitational force becomes a 4 times, right? Similarly you can calculate that if the distance between the two objects is double, what will be the gravitational force? The gravitational force is reduced to the fourth times, right? So here the gravitational force is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them, and if the gravitational distance between the two objects is reduced to the half, the gravitational force is increases 4 times, right? Now question number 2. The gravitational force act on all the objects in proportional to their mass. Why then a heavy object does not fall faster than a lighter object? So dear student, we know that according to the gravitational force acting between the two objects is directly proportional to the product of their mass. So why the heavy object does not fall faster than the lighter object, right? Yes student, according to the gravitational force, the all the object falls with the same acceleration due to gravity. All the object falls on the ground with the constant acceleration, called the acceleration due to the gravity, in the absence of the air resistance. In the absence of the air resistor, heavier object, lighter object, all the object falls with the constant acceleration, and that is the acceleration due to the gravity, and the value of the acceleration due to gravity is constant, does not depends on the mass of the object. So dear student, heavy objects as well as the light object fall with the same acceleration. Heavy object do not fall faster than the lighter object. As the gravitational force is more, the mass of the object is also more, so we can say that the acceleration remains constant. So dear student, the heavy object do not fall faster than the lighter object, as the gravitational force on the heavy object is a larger, right? So understand, dear student, answer of the question number 2. Now question number 3. What is the magnitude of the gravitational force between the earth and a 1 kg object on its surface? Mass of the earth is given 6 into 10 raised to 24 kg and the radius of the earth is a 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 meter. Right? We need to calculate the gravitational force. So now what is the formula of the gravitational force? According to the universal law of gravitation, the formula of the gravitational force is F is equal to G m1 m2 divided by r square. So from that, the gravitational force between the earth and the object of the mass 1 kg, G is equal to F is equal to G capital M small m divided by r square, where capital M is the mass of the earth. The mass of the earth is given to you 6 into 10 raised to 24. Small m is the mass of the object. Mass of the object is given to you 1 kg. R is the distance between them. So here the object is placed on the surface of the earth. So we take the r, distance between the object and the earth is the radius of the earth, and it is given to you 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 meter. So if we place the value, F is equal to G capital M small m divided by r square. If we place the value, we get the gravitational force acting on the object of a mass 1 kg. Right? F is equal to G capital M small m divided by r square. So here value of capital G is a 6.7 into 10 raised to minus 11. Capital M, mass of the earth is a 6 into 10 raised to 24 and the mass of the object is a 1. So divide by r is the radius of the earth, 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 square. So if you calculate this, first calculate the power of the 10 raised to power. Here minus 11 plus 24 and minus 12. We get the 10 raised to power, and if you multiply and divide, we get the answer 9.8 meter. Sorry, 9.8 Newton. So dear student, the gravitational force acting on the object of a mass 1 kg is a 9.8 Newton. This way we can also calculate F is equal to m into G, gravitational force on the object of the earth. By another way we can also calculate F is equal to m into G. Here the mass of the object is a 1 kg into gravity. Acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the earth is a 9.8. So 1 into 9.8, we get the answer 9.8 Newton. So this way we can also calculate the gravitational force acting on the object on the surface of the earth. F is equal to m into G. Mass of the object is a 1 kg. G is a 9.8. So we can also get the 9.8 Newton. So dear student, understand the answer of the question number 3. Now question number 4. The earth and the moon are attracted to each other by the gravitational force. Does the earth attract the moon with the force that is greater than or smaller or the same as the force with which the moon attracts by the earth? Right? And why? So dear student, here the earth and moon are attracted to each other with the gravitational force. Now the question is that does the earth attract the moon with the force which is greater than the moon attract the earth, which is smaller than the moon attract the earth, or which is same as the moon attract the earth? So dear student, according to the universal law of the gravitation, two objects attract each other with the equal force but in the opposite direction. So the earth attracts the moon with an equal force with which the moon attracts the earth. So here the moon attracts the earth with the same force, the earth attracts the moon but in the opposite direction. So according to the Newton's universal law of the gravitational, two objects attract each other with the equal force. So the earth attracts the moon with the equal force with which the moon attracts the earth. Question number 5. If the moon attracts the earth, why does the earth not move towards the moon? Right? If the due to the gravitational force between the moon and earth, moon attract the earth. Why does the earth not move towards the moon? Right? So here the earth and moon experience the equal gravitational force from each other. Right? The force acting on the moon by earth or force acting on the earth by moon are the same, right? So earth and moon both experience the equal gravitational force from each other. For that, the mass of the earth is much larger than the mass of the moon. Here the mass of the earth is larger than the mass of the moon, and due to this it's accelerate at a rate lesser than the accelerate at a rate of the moon. So the acceleration, here the gravitational force exerted on the moon and the gravitational force exerted on the earth both are the same, but here the mass of the earth is a more very large compared to the mass of the moon. So the acceleration produced on the earth is less compared to the acceleration produced in the moon, and that's why the earth do not move towards the moon. So understand, so if the earth attracts all the object towards the surface of the earth, right, due to the gravitational force, but why the earth cannot move towards the object? So here the gravitational force between the object and the earth are same, but the mass of the earth is much larger compared to the object. The earth cannot move towards the object. Now question number 6. What happened to the force between the two objects if the mass of the one object is double? If the distance between the object is double and triple, and the mass of the both the object are double. Now according to the Newton's universal law of gravitation, the force acting between the two objects is directly proportional to the product of their mass and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So according to the universal law of gravitation, F is equal to G mm divided by r square. Now if the mass of the one object is double, F is directly proportional to the mass of the object. Now if the mass of the object is the one object is double, we can say that here m is double. So the gravitational force between them is also double. So here mass of the one object is double, we can say that the gravitational force will also double, right? Second question is the distance between the object is double and triple. So here the gravitational force is inversely proportional to the distance between the two objects. So as the distance is increases, the gravitational force between them is a decreases. So here if the gravitational distance between the two objects is double, the gravitational force is one fourth of its original value, because here instead of this r we place a 2r, and 2 square, that is a 1 by 4. So if the distance is double, the gravitational force becomes a 1/4 of its original value, and if the distance is triple, the gravitational force becomes a 1/9 of its original value. So the gravitational force between the two objects is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Square of the distance between them. That means if the gravitational force is double, that means 2. 2 square we get the force. The gravitational force becomes a 1/4 of its original value, and if the distance between them is a triple, the gravitational force between the 1/9 of its original value. Now last question is the mass of both the objects are double. Here the gravitational force, mass of both the object is double. The gravitational force is directly proportional to the product of their mass. Now if the mass of both the object is double, we can say that 2 into 2, we can say that the gravitational force becomes a 4 times its initial value. So dear student, understand answer of the question number 6 regarding the universal law of the gravitational. The universal law of the gravitational states that the gravitational force between the two objects is directly proportional to the product of their mass and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Right? Now, question number 7. What is the importance of the universal law of gravitation? So, as in the previous video, Newton's universal law of the gravitation, we already discussed the importance of the law of gravitation. So, dear student, if you were not seen the video of the universal law of the gravitational, see first the video of the universal law of the gravitational. In that you will find the importance of the universal law of the gravitational. So here the universal law of the gravitational proves that every object in the universe attracts the every other object, and due to the universal law of the gravitational, due to the gravitational force, we can stand on the surface of the earth. Due to the gravitational force of the between the earth and moon, the tides and rides in the sea is due to the gravitational force on the earth and the moon. So dear student, what is the importance of the universal law of the gravitational? More detail about the importance of the universal law of the gravitational will explain were explained in the video of the universal law of the gravitational. Now, question number 8. What is the acceleration of the free fall object? So here, when the object falls towards the earth under the effect of the gravitational force, right, the object is said to be a free fall, and the acceleration of the free fall object is a constant 9.8 meter per second, right. When the height of the object is not much more greater than the radius of the earth, we can say that the acceleration of the free fall object is a 9.8 meter per second. So what is the free fall? When the object falls towards the earth under the effect of the gravitational force only, the object is said to be a free fall, and acceleration of the object freely falling under the gravitational force is a 9.8 meter per second square, and which is constant for all the objects. Now question number 9. What do we call the gravitational force between the earth and the object? The gravitational force acting on any object is known as the weight of the object. Dear student, we know that. What do you mean by the weight? Weight is nothing but the gravitational force acting on the object due to the earth. So the gravitational force between the earth and the object is known as the weight of object on the earth, right? Now question number 10. Amit buys a few grams of the gold at the pole as per the instruction of the one of his friend. He hands over the same when he meet him at the equator. Will the friend agree with the weight of the gold? But right, if not, why? The value of G is greater at the pole than the equator. Here, dear student, we know that the value of the gravitational acceleration is changes as per the radius of the earth. Earth is not a completely sphere. Earth is the radius of the earth is smaller at the pole and the larger at the equator. So the value of the gravitational acceleration G is greater at the pole and the compared to the equator. So weight, the Amit buys a few gram of the gold. So weight of the gold is on the equator is larger compared to the on the pole is a larger compared to the equator. So here the weight of the body on the earth, W is equal to m into G. Here where m is the mass of the body and G is the acceleration due to gravity. Now here the value of the gravitational acceleration G is greater at the pole than the equator, right? Because the radius of the earth on the pole is a smaller compared to the equator. The gravitational acceleration G is a greater at the pole compared to the equator. Therefore, gold at the equator weighs less compared to the pole. So weight of the gold at the pole is a larger compared to the weight of the gold at the equator. So the Amit friend will not agree with the weight of the gold bought, right? So dear student, understand the answer of this question. The weight of a body is depends on the gravitational acceleration, and the gravitational acceleration at the pole is larger compared to the equator. So weight of the body at the pole is a larger compared to the equator. Question number 11. Why will a sheet of the paper fall slower than one that is crumpled into a ball? Now, when a sheet of the paper is crumpled into the ball, then its density increases. Hence, the resistance to its motion through the air decreases and it falls faster than the sheet of the paper. So, here, when the sheet of the paper is crumbled into the ball, right, the density of its density is increases, and due to the increase in the density, the resistance of the motion through the air is decreases, and due to this it falls faster than the sheet of the paper. Now question number 12. Gravitational force on the surface of the moon is only 1/6 as strong as the gravitational force on the earth. So dear student, we know that the gravitational force on the surface of the moon is 1/6 of the gravitational force on the earth. What is the weight in a Newton of a 10 kg object on the moon and on the earth, right? So what is the weight of an object of a 10 kg on the moon as well as on the earth? So what do you mean by the weight? Weight is equal to mass into the acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity, value of the acceleration due to gravity is a 9.8 meter per second. So weight of a 10 kg object on the earth is a mass into acceleration. Mass is a 10 kg into acceleration 9.8 is equal to 98 Newton. Now dear student, the weight of the same object on the moon, the weight of an object on the moon is a 1/6 of the weight of the object on the earth. So the weight of the same object on the moon is equal to 1/6 of the weight of the object on the earth, that is a 98. So we get a 16.3 Newton, right? So dear student, I hope that you understand all the question number 1 to 12 of the exercise. Remaining question answer we will discuss in the next video. So keep watching my video and thank you for watching my video.